Well, hello again. It's me again. I got to show you now a little bit harder of a problem, okay? This one I'm showing you next isn't dividing by whole numbers. We're now going to be dividing by decimals, so pay really close attention. Watch the video. Make sure you're following along because this one is probably the hardest learning goal of all the ones on your next decimal test, which is next week, by the way, okay? So follow along as I take you through dividing by decimals. All right, so here's the original problem. Says here 52 divided by 0 and 4/10. Okay, keep in mind, whatever number you say first, and I said 52 first, so that number goes inside the box, inside the little division sign. I wrote 52, little dividing sign, divided by 0 and 4/10. Now, when dividing by decimals, because now we're dealing with decimals, you cannot, let me repeat this, you cannot divide with decimals. It just doesn't work. You can't do it. So here's the fix, okay? This decimal has to get moved, and we have to make it a whole number. So which way do we move the decimal in order to make this a whole number? Left or right? Tell your neighbor. Hopefully you said to the right. So we're going to move this decimal one place to the right, which means this number now is not 4/10 anymore. Now it's just 4. The new number is 4. Now, the trick is, though, what you do to one number, you have to do to the other. You can't just do it to the one you're dividing by. So now we're looking at 52. Well, where's the decimal number 52? I can't see it. It's not on there. It doesn't have one. 52 does have a decimal. You just can't see it. Where does it go? Tell your neighbor. It goes right here. Okay? All numbers have decimals. If you can't see them, it's at the end. Now, since we moved this decimal over here, 1 to the right, what do we got to do with this one? Got to move it 1 to the right as well. Now, what number goes on these lines? Keep in mind, what numbers can you add? Tell your neighbor. Correct answer is zeros. You can add as many zeros as you want. Keep that in mind. Doesn't affect the number. So when we move this decimal 1 place to the right, what does the new number now become? Because it was 52. Well, what is it now? Correct. Hopefully you said it's now 520. Okay? So now we're going to divide 520 divided by 4, which is the exact same thing as dividing 52 divided by 0 and 4/10. I know that sounds weird, but trust me, they're the same answers. Okay? So, how many times can 4 go into 5? Tell your neighbor. Goes in once. So 4 goes into 5 one time. So 1 times 4 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Then we bring down the 2. Now, how many times can 4 go in to 12? Tell your neighbor. Should have said 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. And then you're doing 12 minus 12, which is 0. But we're not done. And the reason why we're not done is because there's another 0 here. You got to bring that number down as well. So now, how many times does 4 go into 0? And the answer is 0. And then 4 times 0 is obviously 0. And you get nothing for a remainder. And there's nothing left over. So the final answer is 130. Although I did something wrong there. What's wrong with saying 130? Tell your neighbor. Yep, I goofed. You shouldn't say and. The answer is 130. I hope this helps.